Here I am, Leon C, aka May. Yeah, I make mistakes too. I'll do it all over again, but you know what? I don't care because I make mistakes. And I'm flawed as well. Okay? I never said I was a perfect man, and hey, I do it live. I'm okay with that. But I am not going to sit here and waste a lot of your time. I'm actually going to answer an email that was sent out to me. And I'm going to answer it, and you already see the title there in front of you. And we're going to discuss this. See, these men don't quite understand. See, I had let's put it like this, a very good conversation with a beta, with a weak man, with the white knight who, forgive the speakers, it's not you that is going in and out. I'm actually walking with the microphone, so you're going to hear it pretty much vibrate off of the walls in my house. So it's not your phone, it's not your computer, it's not your speaker, it's just me. So you're fine on your end, okay? You don't have technical issues. I am, not you. Now, when they emailed me, they said, well, you don't know what you're talking about because cold approaching is good. You're supposed to do that as a man. That's just what we are expected to do. Because women aren't going to trace us. They're just not going to. You're stupid, LCM. You're the one who's the idiot. Thinking that women is going to all of a sudden approach you, and what's wrong with approaching them? It's okay. Where's your proof to back up this BS you talking about? And so I let it go. And I just, continued my channel and talking to you, my favorite people of the world. And I stumbled across something. Something turned on the light bulb in my head to give to men about cold approaching and how fortunate women are. And women don't like rejection, and they're doing this for a reason. And how come they have such an advantage? And some women were saying, I don't see the advantage. Men have all the advantage. They should approach us. Well, of course, lady, because that gives you the advantage. If men were like that, if women were chasing men, would I want them to stop chasing men or us? Of course not. I'm winning. I'm up. So that's common sense. Of course I'm going to try to, plausible deniability and deny and pretend and manipulate. That's what the devil does. He lies and manipulates. So of course I'll sit there and, no, that's not true. Women don't have an advantage. They have a disadvantage. Keep approaching me because that's what you are supposed to do. And you know what's funny is that marriage don't benefit men, but these cakes, these caperdons, these strange broken house raised boys still don't understand the whole plan behind it and why it's done and how of a disadvantage that he's in. No matter how many high value men get divorced, no matter if the divorce rate is more than 70%, and most of them being filed by women because there's an incentive by your favorite government, most of them don't quite understand because they don't really love or understand their value. And as someone else said, I didn't say it, but in their own words, they said men undervalue themselves, women overvalue themselves because they want to be in a position of power. If you are in a position of power, geniuses, of course, you're going to use manipulation tactics and strategies to try to tell the other people you're not. It's no different than this idea that what's hers is hers, and what yours is hers as a man. That's no different than when you and I, it's kind of funny. I'm not even going to get into it because I want this to be short and sweet. It's no different than you're living in a household, right? And both of you have to pay the bills equally, which is, let's just say, the relationship. Not the relationship that you're paying. It's identified as the relationship, not bills, okay? I'm just using money as the icon here, as the symbol, because we all understand that, or at least we should. And you're supposed to bring your money, and she's supposed to bring her money, and have just as much left over on equal ends, according to not really doing 50-50 by percentage, but just giving the relationship all that you can, okay? And so what she does, or a person or individual, but mainly we're talking about empowering men here and understanding the American modern transformed womb man. She would say, yeah, I paid, but I only have so much today. I can only put $150 here towards rent, and you got to pay, I don't know, whatever your rent is, right? Let's just say you're doing 75%, she's doing 25% because she says, hey, I don't have the money, but maybe next time, but this is all I can do right now. And you as a dodo, and Ralph the dog, I don't know nothing. I'm a man. I'm supposed to hate myself. I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to do 100% everything. Everything's my fault. Everything's my responsibility, so I don't care if I'm being disadvantaged. Dumbass that you are. Believe, accept. You know what I mean by believe? Because you're believing. You're actually believing. Because you don't know. You're believing. Dummy. You don't know. So the word is used for you. You have to believe because you don't know. If you know something, you don't need to believe in it. Let that sink in for a while. If you have to, take all day, because some of you can be just that slow. Or you wait until you get older and rickety when wisdom kicks in a little too late in your life. So, here's the thing. She will lie because she only wants to put in 25%. The remainder of her money is being saved up for her. She's hiding it, or as some people say, putting it underneath a mattress of a sort, and telling you, well, all I can pay is 25%. You're supposed to pay 75% because you're a man. That's what you're supposed to do. You never question. You're so spellbound by her poon, because most of you are. That's why you get married. You get married for the poon. Even though you claim that it's for kids. That's why half of you, if not most of you, got to go to the strip clubs, or you're dealing with prawn because you're not getting your itch taken care of by her. Now you're bitter. Now you're calling her your old lady, and you're miserable most times. Just give it some time. You'll get there. Give it some time. You'll get there. You're going to be doing like I Love Lucy, or was that the Honeymooners? You say, all of a sudden, one of these days, pow, to the moon. That's a very old black and white movie, if you don't know what that is. The Honeymooners. You would always say that. One of these days, Allison, pow, to the moon. Trust me, it has happened. Some of you just forget because you don't remember anything. That's why and how they're able to socially engineer you because y'all don't remember nothing. You don't know about history, know the past, and how things have become what it is today. If you remembered and knew how things was versus now, they would not be able to change you so much because you realize where the value in life used to be. Again, Ralph the dog. I don't know. So I have something for you, and I'm gonna get off this lesson today and give it to you. I ordered some gloves. Actually, I didn't order it, but it was gifted to me from a certain manufacturer, and to pass it out to people that I know. Okay? And I didn't see the gloves. I haven't seen it. They just said, hey, this is a gift for you, Mr. LCM. We love what you're doing. This is also promotional material, and keep it if you want to. We'd like for you to give it away to somebody, preferably people that work hard. I'm like, okay, work hard. Interesting. Okay. Must be some very fascinating gloves. Okay. So, to speed up the story, I'm hauling this big box. Okay. And I had to bring it. I've actually brought it to the people that I know of, and that they had a building that they wanted me to bring it to. They're going to pass it out to several other people that were there. That was actually part of a warehouse. It was going to be good for them to use since they work hard. They weren't fashionable gloves by any means. They're just good, hard-working gloves. And when I picked the box up to put it on the dock, the box broke with the shatter, right? And all the gloves kept pouring out in packages. I mean, in bundles of maybe 15 to 20 pairs. But there were multiple. So, yeah, I had to give some of those away. Definitely. I was going to wear all these gloves. And then all of a sudden, a lightning struck in my mind. And I started picking up the gloves and lining them next to each other. And I looked at all these gloves that were sitting here in front of me. And I had on a pair of gloves to carry that box. And it just so happened to be the same glove that I had on. But the gloves that I had on was dirty and ripped in several places. So it wasn't all that great. It was the material that you can actually wash if you want to, or you can discard it, whatever you want to do. And I got to thinking, I said, wait a minute. This is how, listen, men, listen. And women, because some of you are doing this. We know your game. The jig's up, cat's out of the bag, however you want to put it. We know how you're playing now. So this is no surprise to you. But if you don't think you're doing it, okay, listen up, because I know that you have been doing it. That's why you got social media. This is why you got Instagram. This is why you got Facebook. This is why you're walking down the street with tight yoga pants. This is why you're revealing everything that you have. This is why you're being promiscuous. This is why, because you want to keep your options open. Because, check this out, men. Check this out. I got to thinking, if I compared these gloves to all the men who approach women, who are in her DMs, who are trying to fly her out, who is approaching her where she don't have to do anything, I got to thinking that the relationship that she is currently in would be like the gloves that I was wearing. And I got to thinking like, wait a minute. It's so easy for me to take these gloves off and replace them with one of the ones that are in the package that's brand new. Real easy. That's hypergamy. And that's the options that women are trying to keep open, because if see, in a relationship takes work, right? It takes compromise. It takes concern. It takes understanding the other person. It takes researching to understand what this other person needs and or provide some sort of means of value in that person's life, besides poom, that is, because everybody can wear a glove just about. So that's not special. It's just a poom. But the option would have been, if she really cared about this relationship, meaning comparative to the dirty gloves I was wearing, I could just say, hey, you know what? I'll just wash it when I get home real good, and that'll clean up all the dirt and grime, and I can still wear it again. But no, women know that that's not what they want to do, because it takes work. It takes work to clean up your mess. It takes work to be accountable. It takes work to say, I'm sorry. It takes work to rekindle that flame and to do what's right in a relationship. It takes work. So instead, they want to continuously have new, fresh bags of gloves, where when the gloves start getting tethered and dirty that she's currently wearing, all she got to do is take it off. And yes, wear another one. That's all she got to do. See, for you men who don't understand this, I don't feel sorry for you when you get fleeced. I don't feel sorry for you multi-million-dollar men who you meet women who just want to ride with you on a boat, or take you for your money, or you pay for her because she's a sugar baby. You know, I don't feel sorry for you when she does you dirty. There was a doctor, someone said this, I didn't say it, that got fleeced for his money, where he met this girl who did exactly what I told you as far as money is concerned. She was getting help from him, or acting innocent, helpless, and broke. And every dime or quarter that he gave her, she saved it up and started investing in other things, but continued to go to him and pretend like she was broke and are starving for money and some sort of success. Instead of getting his help or telling him what she was doing, okay, she continued to manipulate and fleece this guy and take from him and start doing other things with the money, besides using it however she told him that she was going to use it. Because if he knew about it, as a matter of fact, this is public news. I don't know where the article is, but this is actually facts. I'm not making the story up. If he knew, then it wouldn't be a story. It will be, well, he helped her with her business or success. But it wasn't that. She just practically fleeced them. And of course, the reason why I know about it, and a lot of people, because he decided to take her to court. Or it became a case where she was basically at fault for some sort of stealing or embezzling or whatever else that was going on. I don't have the paper in front of me, so I can't get into the details. But it happens. So I don't feel sorry for you when it happens, because I don't feel sorry for men on its basic level. When you hear something, we always hear this, that men don't live as long as women. Well, I wonder why. Because you dummies don't value yourself. You're willing to climb an electric pole for her, and those little crumb snatchers that really didn't have to be here, but you did it because you just thought you had to have them. And so your ass get electrocuted. You know, you drive a a heavy diesel truck back and forth every day for 2 weeks out on the road, OTR, you fall asleep behind the wheel because you got to make paper for your family that you didn't have to have, a wife that you didn't have to have, but you're willing to put yourself in servitude, and you no longer exist because now you're in the grave. I don't feel sorry for you. And a lot of people, you would say, well, it's because men do dangerous jobs and men go out there and get their hand dirty. Men just do things because they're just, no, that's not true. No. Men, a lot of them do it for a goal. That goal is usually going to be for the wife that he chained himself to, or some girl that he's trying to impress, because really, men can live simple. We can make a hut out in the forest somewhere with a couple of logs and a little bitty whatever snack, and we're okay. You know, we can survive in a 1-bedroom apartment and be all right for years and don't complain about it. But when the woman come around, it's always, well, it's too small. Let's get a house, baby. That car is too old. Let's get something else, baby. I want to have kids. You have a child by her. There you go. Need a bigger house, bigger place, need more money. And you, because they expect for you to be the breadwinner, they expect for you to be the leader, because they expect for you to be, quote unquote, the man. So now you got to go out there and bust your ass from sun up to sundown, while she's sitting down, not doing nearly as much physical labor as you, sometimes mostly nursing, schooling, you know, simple stuff that women usually do. That's why I don't sign up for the military. And you find yourself in a worse condition than her, typically, so you don't live as long as her, because you sacrifice your life and your time to feed her and our family that nobody told you to make. You wanted to make that. Therefore, you signed up for the consequences of sacrificing your life. And again, it's because you don't value yourself. So instead of you looking at yourself, man, I want to live to be 90 years old, some of you only exist to be 40 or 50. Because you spend the majority of your life busting your knuckles, focusing, and here, this is going to hurt, but this is reality. And I'm going to be honest with you. I mean no disrespect, but I'm going to be real with you. Okay? Some of you jackasses, okay, do not understand, because you're so smart, you're so intelligent. You go to school to be a geek of the foolishness. You work your ass off all you want to like that and think that that's the way to go. Once you pass away, okay, and she's a widow, guess what? Somebody else has your girl now, dummy. You say, well, I did it for a good reason. At least my kids have a future. At least my wife still exists. Yeah, she exists, and now she's laying next to another man. So that means your passing away was in vain. So why did you bust your fingers to the bone being a slave that you want to be? That's the definition of a jackass. That's the definition of a ee-ho, 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 ee-ho. That's the very definition. Right there. I laugh every time I hear somebody say that. You know, women live longer than men. No, they're smarter than men. And they know how to be careful with themselves and not put themselves in a sacrificed situation like you, funny Bozo the Clowns. That's why they live longer than you, because you don't want to survive. You want to suffer and give away your life and time because you don't value yourself. So go ahead and take the covers of the grasses and the lilies and pour it over yourself and sleep 6 feet underneath the ground, because that's been your goal from the beginning of time. Because if you value yourself, you'll understand you won't put yourself in a situation like that. Work for what is qualified and worthwhile, yet giving you value in return, and isn't going to put you in a compromised position where you won't be able to enjoy it for the rest of your dumb life, dummy. And it starts with simply not understanding that the game is rigged. If she got all those packages of gloves because there are plenty of men out there that are idiots, just like you. There are plenty of soft men, plenty of betas, plenty of shrimp, plenty of white knight soldiers that are willing to jump if she says jump. So you're nobody special. You're just a dirty old glove that she's wearing. And at any time, that's why she has social media. That's why she's flaunting herself. That's why she's flirting without physically flirting online by showing her body and everything else that she got. So she can keep those options open. So should you become raggedy, she can take you off and replace your donkey ass. Because you don't understand how it's operating. Especially you who emailed me, TJ. Shows how smart you are. You got very low IQ. Very low. If the other team have 50 points and you got 10 points, they're whooping you. How do you not understand that? Women don't approach men. Men approach women. They have the advantage, buddy. You know how to do math? Did they teach you that in school? You know subtract. Oh man, do you know addition? You know division? You know algebra? Do you know plus and minus? You know fractions, huh? You know subtraction? Do you? Do you understand how that works? If most men are approaching your girl, dummy, per week, per month, per year, what makes you think that she's not going to think she has options? She has value in her head because men are pretending, are making her think she has value. You're nobody but a scrub. That's why women have unrealistic expectations and they think they're all special and that they're princesses because bozos like you don't realize that she has the advantage. You're nobody. The game has been rigged ever since social media came out and became so widespread like a disease. All she gotta do is have social media, Instagram, some sort of Facebook. Somebody's gonna contact her from her high school or from out of town, or they don't have to know her, but have a blue check and some money and be a millionaire or a billionaire because you're not most of the time. And they'll take your girl. Or she'll hold on to him, keep putting sexy pictures online so he can see her, okay, and give her emojis and follow her while your funny butt is sitting on the couch with a powder keg smelling like spit and cheese. Haven't even brushed your beard in months. I don't even know why she's with your ass, but she is, desperate lady. And you think you got something going on. If the problem is men, if y'all all just stopped, just stop. Stop the flowers. Stop the emojis. Quit playing games with these girls. Go the other way. You'll see a change, but you're too busy being patsy sheep. Not understanding, control yourself. A poon is not that important. Sometimes you got to go on a drive heave. Let it go. So to answer your question, come on, well, you don't got no evidence. You don't know what you're talking about, LCM. There's simple math right there. Subscription. I can't say it. Oh, man. I can't even say it. Oh, man. Let me try to say it. Addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction, man. It's math. He was like, well, you don't even know how to talk. No, I'm just proving to you that I'm not perfect. Didn't I say in the beginning? I have flaws too. So when I'm pointing my finger at you, like I'm pointing at myself. So here's the thing. What you see, ladies and gentlemen, is the perpetuation of ignorant people who don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. That's the problem. If you're upset that anybody's on social media speaking the truth or trying to awaken you and you don't understand them, is because you're not researching. That means your head is too caught up in your own rear end, and you're not focusing on the world. That's just like all the pandemics and situations that occurred, and mandates, and all the laws that were passed, and laws that were approved or taken away, your rights being taken away, your privileges as a civilian being changed and monitored and fixed. This is how those things happen, because you don't pay attention. You don't think. You don't focus on what's going on in the world. Then you want to complain about it when it happens and say, well, can we change this? No, dummy, because you didn't know about it. You didn't and don't want to understand. Some people don't get the drift until it's in your face. It's getting loud outside now. I don't know what's going on. But it's the end of this lesson for today. And I'm kind of irritated because it's loud out there. So, until next time, that is the